What's next? I want to talk about the statement, all lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. A statement said by Julien Solomita from Julien and Jenna Marbles sort of situation. And it's a profound statement. The problem is that the all lives matter wants to say that all lives matter, and just by saying Black Lives Matter, you're excluding other people. You're sacrificing others for Black Lives Matter, and that's not it at all. Until we learn to respect a class that's been oppressed for a long time, we have to, help work on preserving and making a whole class of people equal, and saying Black Lives Matter doesn't exclude anybody, and don't play with that narrative. That's what they've been doing. They're trying to control the narrative, making one class against another, one race against another. It's all a mind game. Yes, when you exclude other people, you're labeling, you're separating them to groups, but you're not excluding. You want to preserve everyone. You want to preserve a race. You're not excluding anybody. By preserving someone, you don't exclude anybody. That's where they're trying to get you. They're trying to pit you against others, but this is just simply saying Black Lives Matter, saying these people matter. Don't judge it by the color of their skin. Just judge everyone equal. But they do matter. And another thing is that the protesters need to be commended, need to be supported, need to be helped. But the thing is, the protesters are not the rioters, they're not the looters. The media's saying, well, the reason why they're looting and rioting is because they've been oppressed for so long. That's not it. They're trying to change the narrative again. The protesters are peaceful. What they're doing is they're trying to equate the protesters with the looters, with this fake narrative, saying, oh, yep, the looters and the protesters, are the same. They're not. The protesters are peaceful. They're peaceful people. There are criminals. There are people pretending because they can wear the masks because of COVID-19. It's all part of the trick. The looters and the rioters are pretending to be the protesters so they can get away with their criminal activity. Even worse, they're also putting in bad actors who are pretending to be the protesters so they can do these criminal acts. It's all a mind game. The protesters who are peaceful need to be protected, they need to be acknowledged, they need to be supported, they need to be commended. The criminals who are looters and the rioters, they need to be punished to the full extent of the law. It's it, simple. The police. This is a big problem that we've been having. 99.9% of the police are good people. It's that 1% who are being protected by the police union. If there is a policeman who's up for criminal activity, who has done things that is definitely have impeded another person's right, they do not need to be protected. They need to be protected under the law, tried under laws, that's fine. But they need to not be hidden. The police cannot hide their criminal activity. They need to be at the same level as the citizenry. Yes, they protect and they serve. That's fine, but that does not give them a right to commit criminal actions. We all need to be put on the same level. The media is manipulating us. The government is manipulating us. Corporations are manipulating us. Don't fall for it. Black lives do matter, yes. We need to support good people. At the end of the day, if you know a black person, if you know a Hispanic person, if you know anyone of any nationality, sometimes you just got to stop and talk to them like an equal. Compassionately listen. Go out of your way and say, hey, do you need to talk about anything? And let them talk. Don't have a conversation where you're waiting to talk. Listen to them. Now, this doesn't matter what race you are. We need to compassionately listen to everyone. But if we as the white people, we're seen as the white devil, let's prove them wrong. Let's just go out of our way and just find people to talk to. Men, talk to women. Not to hit on them, not to pick up on them, just to compassionately listen to them. Listen to their problems, let them talk all they want. Because that's the time. This is the time. This is the time to listen to people. Compassionately listen to everyone. At the end of the day, compassionately listening and doing the right thing, that's all that really matters. Being manipulated into equating looters and rioters with protesters, putting all police in one bin, no. It's time to preserve the right. It's time to make the right the forefront. We need to get rid of the negative stuff. We need to do the right thing. We need to expend our compassion. We need to stop justifying criminals. We need to stop hiding the criminals. We need to do the right thing, and this world will be a better place. There are more good people than there are bad people. There's no question about it. But unfortunately, we laid down too long, and we let the bad people take too much control, too much power. Now, you're going to hear about the protesters and bricks being used and all kinds of rioting and stuff. It's all set up. The protesters are not the bad guys. They would just put things have been set up so that the government can control the chaos. The riots are going to happen because things are going to be set in motion. And that way, the government can fix it and impose more regulations and laws to protect us from the bad guys. It's all a game. They're all manipulating us. But we, the compassionate, the good people, we don't need to stand for it. We can disarm them. We can do the right thing by being good. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. You don't fight hate with hate. You fight hate with love. Just do the right thing. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. There's more good people than there are bad. I guess that's all I have to say. What's next?